Plants vs. Zombies is considered to be one of the biggest and most well-known video game franchises ever. Here's what Plants vs. Zombies looked like in 2009, and here's what it looks like now.
How did we get here?
It all started when a dude named George Fan wanted to make a more defense-orientated version of one of his previous game titles in Sanaquarium, upon having played Warcraft 3 Tower Defense mods. Fan thought about creating a tower defense sequel to the game, which would be made for the Nintendo DS. The idea was that each screen on the system would represent a separate fish tank, and gameplay would consist of the player attempting to defend aliens from the top tank, breaking into the bottom tank. This is cool and all, but I really like the towers in the Warcraft 3 mods. Fan didn't really feel like fish were good defense structures like those towers in Warcraft 3. So what did Fan do? He turned them into plants. The idea of the game had shifted tremendously. Rather than this being simply an Insanaquarium sequel with fish defending their tank from aliens, it would now be a game about plants defending their garden from aliens, being now titled as Weedlings. How come in tower defense games the enemies never attack the towers? Fan wanted to bring a whole new design to the tower defense genre, in which the enemies would damage the towers. But how would this work efficiently? Boom. The lane setup we all know and love was born. This isn't unique enough. There are already many gardening themed video games being released right now. How do I make this more original? Why not add zombies instead of aliens? What casual gardening game makes use of zombies? And while you're at it, why not change the name from Weedlings to Plants vs. Zombies? How about no? It's too generic. What about Lawn of the Dead? A pun on the title of the George A. Romero zombie film, Dawn of the Dead. That's good. The name Lawn of the Dead would be used throughout most of development. Hold on. Is there even permission to use this name? Well, no. Okay, how about I send a video of me dressed as a zombie programming on a computer, asking for permission to use the name? It was rejected. Okay, if that name can't be used, what about Zombatani? Okay, how is Bloom and Doom? Any of these sound good? No name was really hitting. It was decided to go back to the old first placeholder name, Plants vs. Zombies. Now, George Fan was originally designing the game all by himself, but being a full-time employee at PopCap Games, they saw potential in the game and would eventually decide to make it more than just an independent game. Many resources would be given to Fan, and PopCap would assist Fan by creating and building up a small team to help finish the game, making it as best as it can possibly be. Laura Shigahara would join the PvZ team, a composer who would create the 10 out of 10 musical tracks we all know and love. Todd Semple would also join the PvZ team, a programmer who would help in making the animation and gameplay run as smoothly as possible. And finally, Rich Werner would as well join the PvZ team, an artist who would design and create all of the iconic plants and zombies. Wait, hold on. I think this game needs a main character who will help the player throughout the game. PopCap employee David Roll enters the room. Development would continue. A couple years went by, and boom! Plants vs. Zombies was officially released in May 2009. It had become the fastest selling video game developed by PopCap and would then quickly become their best selling game, selling over 1 million copies worldwide by 2010. It was nominated for many different awards during 2009 and 2010, even winning Download Game of the Year and Strategy Game of the Year at the 2010 Golden Joystick Awards. Whoa, Plants vs. Zombies is now available for iPhones and iPod Touches? And now on the Nintendo DS? Well, it looks a bit different, but users could now play Plants vs. Zombies wherever they wanted. Everyone and their pet is playing this new Plants vs. Zombies game. Everything is going amazing. Wait, do you guys hear that? In 2011, PopCap was bought by Electronic Arts for $750 million, with intentions of giving the PvZ franchise a switch to mainly mobile and social gaming. The first new game which would be released since EA's acquisition of PopCap Games would be a spin-off PvZ game known as Plants vs Zombies Adventures, released for Facebook in May 2013. It was a small, neat and fun little game. It kept fans happy and patient while waiting for the release of Plants vs Zombies 2. Wait, Plants vs Zombies 2? New game alert, Plants vs Zombies 2 is released August 2013. And yes, for mobile devices only. In this new PvZ game, players would travel through time to different worlds with many new zombies to battle. There would also of course be a whole new range of different plants to use. Whoa, look at all of these insane crazy plants. Some plants are so crazy that they cost money. No! Why are there so many microtransactions in this game? Says most of the players. A part of the reason why the first Plants vs Zombies game was so amazing and special was that everything could be unlocked and completed by simply playing the game. And in this second game, microtransactions everywhere. Other than the small flaws this game has, the game is amazing. It is definitely a great sequel to the original Plants vs Zombies game and players are enjoying it. New game alert, Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare is released in 2014. What is this, like an upgraded average PvZ tower defense game? No, this is a whole PvZ third-person multiplayer shooter, and it's actually really good. Garden Warfare contains many different multiplayer modes in which 24 players can compete against each other, either on the Plants team or on the Zombies team. A fan-favorite mode is Team Vanquish. Essentially a team deathmatch with the first team to 50 kills wins. Surely there's some tower defense aspect in this PvZ game. Don't worry, that can be found in the multiplayer mode Garden Ops, in which up to 4 players control plants and defend a garden through 10 zombie waves. The game makes use of these sticker packs, purchased by in-game coins. Of course you can purchase sticker packs with real money, but you can as well just play the game to unlock them. It's just faster buying them. That's an amazing system, says everyone. What are actually in these sticker packs? Oh, you know, different upgrades, different character variants, spawnable units, and the occasional drip. Man, all of these outfits and accessories were all so cool. The game is receiving a great amount of positive reception, and by 2015 has been played by more than 8 million users. Wait, is that Slenderman? New game alert! PopCap collaborates with Sega to create a PvZ arcade game known as Plants vs Zombies The Last Stand. In this game, players would control a pea shooter and shoot at zombies. And yeah, pretty cool. Hey EA and PopCap, it's 2016. It's been 2 years since the release of Garden Warfare and it's getting kinda boring. Said a lot of the people playing the game. The players wanted something new. Okay, says PopCap. Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is released. Look at all these new different plants and zombies to play as, and all of these different maps. This sequel didn't really do anything extremely different from the first game, it was just a better updated game. It was seriously peak gaming experience. New game alert, Plants vs Zombies Heroes is released and is a free-to-play mobile PvZ card game. The game isn't bad at all, it's a pretty fun game and people are enjoying it. New game alert, Plants vs Zombies 3 drops on Android devices for pre-alpha testing July 2019. This pre-alpha test was only available for a small number of users who are in the United States and Canada. This game's cool and all, but why am I all of a sudden having a breakdown on the cold bathroom tile floor thinking about the good old days? Yes. Everyone was repulsed and disgusted by Plants vs Zombies 3. EA, why is everything three-dimensional? Why can we not use the sunflower? Why is there more loot boxes and more pay-to-win mechanics? Why is everything just straight up goofy? Players are not having it with this new PvZ game. In the midst of this pre-alpha, Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville would be released worldwide October 2019. This was a third-person shooter which played very similar to the Garden Warfare series. And it's alright, not bad. The game had a few downsides to it. The sticker pack system which was well received in Garden Warfare was gone and replaced with the Rewardotron 9000. Oh yeah, and remember the awesome original character variants from the Garden Warfare series? Yeah, say goodbye to that in this new game. Character variants are gone. The game was okay, but the Garden Warfare games were just way better. On September 1st, 2020, PopCap announced it would be discontinuing the game in a month due to its commercial failure, and then in a month's time would receive its final content update. Anyways, back to Plants vs Zombies 3. The pre-alpha would end February 10th, 2020, and would be soft launched February 25th, 2020 in a few select countries. Over the years, the soft launch would become unavailable and then would be re-released again and again and again. On April 5th, 2022, after being unavailable for a while, it was then re-released again, only being available in Australia, the Philippines, and the Netherlands, being updated later that year, October 12th, 2022. That, I believe, was the latest version of PvZ3 we had seen. And I believe now the game is unavailable to everyone. I think, I might be wrong, it could exist in a few couple countries, but I don't know. It was generally said to be much more improved since the first pre-alpha test. Sunflowers had returned as a plant and it wasn't three-dimensional anymore, having a more cartoony style. Despite these positive changes though, what the hell? It's not really known what PopCap and EA are attempting to do with this PvZ game, but most people are not happy with it at all. As of now, who knows what is in store for the future of Plants vs Zombies.